Hey, welcome back. Today we are going to be going over the level 4 bar routine. So if you're a level 4 compulsory looking to improve your scores on bars, then this is the video for you. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. So we are going to be using a bar routine, oopsies, on the NAJ website. Now this is put on the NAJ website for us to use for like studying purposes. So all of the videos that I'm sharing, they're already on the NAJ website. So it's public and they've given their permission to be on the NAJ website, so I can put it on this video for educational purposes. So let's go ahead and look into this first level 4 routine. I haven't seen these. If I have seen them before, it's been a really long time. So we're going to just go skill by skill, step by step. I'm going to go back and forth between the book and this video so you guys can kind of see for a reference. Let's jump in. Okay, I just did it a little bit differently. I screen recorded the routine because I can't like pause easily on YouTube or whatever. So I saved it to my photos so I can go through the bar routine and stop it for you guys. So let's play it normally. Okay, so we're gonna watch her routine. Little loose at the end of that kip, little feet, feet apart, feet apart, feet apart, flex feet, loose body, feet apart, little loose body, feet apart, not a very high tap, loose body position, not a very high tap, loose body position, hike, and a little out of control in the landing. So I'm just kind of saying out loud what I would normally be saying in my head as I'm writing to make sure I'm not missing any deductions. So let's go back to the beginning and walk through this. So the first thing we're going to notice is as soon as she jumps, right there, it's just a little bit of loose feet that you can see. All right, just a little bit of loose feet as you can see right here. Oh, let me go back. I'm having some issues. Just a little bit of loose body and a little bit of loose feet right there. Then as we move into the kip, notice flexed feet right there. All the flexed feet are going to be half a tenth. Then as she does her cast, she has a really great cast, definitely at horizontal, wouldn't take any amplitude deduction. But as she does it, you can see her feet are a little bit uneven and she has a little bit of piking in her hips. Then as she comes back to the squat on, she kind of collapses right there on the bar, so she's a little bit loose. So you have a little bit of a looseness deduction. And right here you can see her feet are flexed and they are apart. Again, every flexed foot is going to be half a tenth, and then every feet apart we can take up to 2/10. I would probably take half a tenth on this feet apart, maybe a tenth, depending on the angle that I'm at, but it's not too major, but there definitely is feet separation. Right here, jumping to the bar with a loose body position. So we're going to probably take just a little bit of looseness in her body. And then, of course, her feet apart. That one I would probably take a good tenth on. And then as she jumps, she's just a little bit loose. Now, I see the technique that she's going for, which is a great technique, opening up those hips, kind of slowing yourself down on that high bar glide because you do have a lot more power, but you can't do it with a loose body because that will be a deduction. So goes into the kip, again with the feet. That one's a little bit better, so good job on that one. Her cast amplitude, like I said, is so good. She has really aggressive kips and casts, which is awesome because she's doing all the hard stuff, which is like the skills and the technique and the power and stuff. So good for her. But she just needs to clean it up and fix the easy stuff, which is the feet together, the form deductions, and things like that. So right here, you're seeing again the feet apart. I think her body position is much better at top. I would want her to see would want to see her squeeze her butt maybe a little bit tighter to prevent it look like she's piking. So maybe just squeeze the butt a little bit tighter. But from that angle, I don't think I would take much on body position, just feet apart. A little bit of loose body position right here in the back hip circle. You can see it's causing her elbows to bend just slightly. Right here, undershoot, I thought was pretty good. We want it to be a little bit closer to our hips rather than to our lower thighs because this does cause her to shoot out a little early on the undershoot. So see how she's not able to get much amplitude in that undershoot. So it prevents her from having a lot of power in that backswing. You want that backswing to go up a little bit higher. So out of this undershoot, she really needs to be kicking those heels, dragging back in the back, and really pushing hard in her upper back. Right here, it just has loose body, a little bit of a pike, a little loose leg. So there's going to be minor deductions there. Not much of a big arch, so there could be deduction there with the lack of arch and a little bit of pike as she kicks right here. Same thing on the second counter swing, a little bit of piking. Notice how she kicks to a pike right here, so that could be a pike in bars is about a 2/10 deduction. I'll go double check that, but any pike arch, it's going to be around that 2/10 max. So she pikes to start the turn when normally, and I'll show you guys in the book, you want to start with a little bit lower. That way it's not forcing you to pike like this, but kick in a straight body in a little bit of a hollow position. Right here, she's very piked in the beginning, and then she's a little bit piked right there, and a little bit of those feet crossing right there. So that's a 1/10 deduction. A little bit of elbows bending, and I think she could have stuck that landing had she had her feet apart a little bit more and been in more of a stick position. But instead, she just kind of landed and it bounced her. So she took that little small step, which will be about a 1/2. So that's what you see on the video. And those are the things that we're really looking for in level 4 is, like I said, the height of your cast on both casts, and then the height in your tap swings, counter swings, and then your body position in every cast, every tap swing, and the dismounts. And then, of course, the other side stuff, which is your form, elbows, knees, toes, feet apart, shoulder angle, headed, and stuck landing. So let's head over to the book side of it so we can check it out. So in level 4, you see this kip right here, a nice tight glide. And in this cast, she had a beautiful cast. I think her amplitude was great. I would not probably deduct much in her amplitude. You can see right here, incorrect body alignment. You're going to get up to a 2/10 deduction. So that would be that pike and arch. Like I said, it's not going to say specifically if you pike it's this, if you arch it's this. It says it on other events and other levels. But for this specifically, any incorrect body alignment. So anytime she's arching or piking, we're going to take up to 2/10. Lack of control returning to the bar. She did do that when I pointed that out of her cast and I said she kind of collapsed. That's going to be that lack of control returning to the bar deduction. So in squat on, you guys have options to do either a squat on, pike on, or a soul circle. So just so you guys know that. I didn't take much in her squat on other than her feet apart, which would be an up to 2/10 deduction. If you do a squat on and you don't do much of like a cast before your squat on, there could be that insufficient backward swing of legs onto the cast squat on. Moving on to the high bar, long hang hip cast. Again, that same angle. Her angle was great. Reminder, in your cast, we can take up to a 3/10 deduction. That is the max that you see right there. So when you do your cast, visualize this little graph right here. Try to look like this little drawing and get that hips, feet, shoulders all the way up to horizontal to make sure you're not getting a big deduction. Same thing right here. It just explains more in the cast deductions, incorrect body alignment. The deductions repeat itself. So if you know the deductions, it's going to help the whole routine. Back hip circle, maintaining that neutral head position, a little bit of loose body. I mentioned that in her back hip circle. I thought it was a little bit loose. So I would probably I could take up to 2. I wouldn't take, up to 2. I think that's really high for that. I'd probably take 1/2 to 1/10. Failure to maintain hip or upper thigh contact on the bar throughout, and that's talking about that undershoot. Like I said, remember it was at the bottom of her thighs, and that's what shot her out in that undershoot. So there could be a minor deduction there. And lack of continuity. Her rhythm, the speed of it, I thought was good. She never stopped or anything, so I don't think I would have taken rhythm, but there definitely was some looseness, so that could have been taken as well. And a disclaimer, I don't know any of these girls. I don't know any of these girls on this video. This is not personal at all. It's just, we're seeing what we're seeing. It's just the gymnastics, and we're just using the videos that Naj provides us. They provide us with numerous videos. This was just the very first video that they provided, so that's just the one I'm going to use, but I will use many different videos from very many different gymnasts throughout examples like this, because again, they're all provided by Naj, and that's just the ones that, whatever the first video is the first video that I use, and that this is the first video. To the Naj website, and you go to compulsory videos 21 through 29, and I scroll down to level 4 bars. It's going to take me to YouTube, and if I rewind it, the very first routine that it's going to give me is the girl we are just watching right here. So like I said, it's the very first girl on the video. It is what it is. I'll show many numerous videos throughout. I think the second routine was, that was a much, on this cast, you can see it's a much lower cast. Head out right there on the kip, pretty low cast, elbows, feet apart, feet flex, feet apart, head, body position, low cast, feet, body position, tapping, body position. It's higher, but it's loose, loose dismount, things like that. So you can see all of that. This girl right here, that's a low cast, pikey, undershoot, wasn't at the top of the thighs, piking the tap swings, feet apart, So it is what it is. We're provided these videos. It's nothing personal. We're just strictly talking about the gymnastics that we're seeing and getting. So I just always want to make that clear that I'm not here to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm actually trying to do the complete opposite and just help and show you guys what it is we're looking for. Because I know a lot of girls get really frustrated. They're like, I felt like I did so good, or I did better, or I did worse at the last meet, and I scored better than I did this meet when I did better. And I know that's so frustrating. Trust me, I've been there as a gymnast. I've seen it as a coach where I've gotten frustrated with other judges. And mind you, I'm a judge, and I know some of these judges that I too get frustrated with. But we cannot control what the meet was before. We can't control that judging, and it's very frustrating to know you did better at the meet you're at today, but you're scoring lower. But that just is what it is. It's gymnastics, and that's part of the reason I became a judge, because I always just want to ensure that when I'm judging my girls, I say my girls, they're not my girls. Just when I'm judging the girls that I'm judging, they know that I'm being consistent. When I see this type of feet apart, I'm taking this much. When I see this type of feet flex, I'm taking this much. It doesn't matter who, what, when, where, why, how. I don't care. It is what it is for me, and I know I'm consistent, and that's all I can ask of myself. I can't control other judges. I can't control bias. I can't control any of those things, but I can control myself. I can't control my own bias, and I can control how I range things for myself personally in the deductions that I see. So with that frustration, you have options. You either complain about the frustration or you help solve the frustration. And for me, that's why I became a judge. And I want to help athletes see what they need to do, and they need to see what we see as judges or what we are looking for so that they can fix it. Because a lot of girls think, oh, well, I stuck my vault, I should get like a 10-0. Not even close, honey. Like, you did a forward roll over the vault. Just because you stuck it doesn't mean you're going to get a 10-0. But they just don't know. And so that's why I really like doing these videos, is just helping and educating and really getting girls to understand what it is they need to be doing, because it's going to improve their score. And every girl that I've worked with, okay, I won't say every girl, but 99% of the girls that I've worked with, at least the ones that have messaged me back that I've worked with in the terms of like this type of judging, where they've sent me videos of their routines from previous meets and so on, they've improved because they know what they're looking for now, and they know what to do, and so they've made it better. So the scores have gotten better even when the judges have changed. So I just want everyone to see and to understand what it is, the deductions that we're looking for, so you can be inside the mind of a judge and you can understand what judges are looking for, so you can help yourself and get a better score. All right, going back to the counter swings and the tap swings right here, neutral head position, so make sure your ears are covered, straight hollow body position throughout. Oh, that's the underswing, sorry. First counter swing, tap swing, hips down at a minimum of 30 degrees. Like I said, her taps I thought were a little bit low, but I do think they hit that 30 degree, but we could take still a little bit of, oopsies, height given on the angle we were looking at. From my angle, she looked below that 30, but I wasn't looking at it the way I would be looking at it as a judge. I'd be more on the side. So there's a possibility that the deduction I would have given her just now would be different because I was at a different angle. If that makes sense. But failure to show a straight line from the hands to the hips to the chest in that hollow tight position. So really making sure that hip angle is not piked but rounded. Body arching on the backswing. So it used to be deduction that if the low bar was here and you were hollowing and then you arched above the low bar, that used to be a 3/10 deduction. They took that away because that's just a technique preference, which I'm really glad, because if you go back and look at videos of like Nastya Liukin or taller gymnasts, we will arch above the low bar. It's just a different technique. It doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it different. So they altered that in the code of points, which I love to see. So now if you are doing the tap swing, you are pulling back and then you're hollow arching, kicking above the low bar. If you are swinging backwards and you arch and you go above that low bar, it is a 3/10 deduction. And I'm glad they did that, because if you arch on the way up in that counter swing, you better be happy if you stay on the bar and get a 3/10 deduction, because I've seen so many girls, they arch. Girl, you need to read a physics book, because it just peels you way off the bar. And I've had a girl break her arm doing that. I've seen girls fly over the low bar doing that. It's not safe. Do not arch in your backswing of your tap swing, because you most likely will peel off the bar and it is not going to be good. Okay, you're going to pull a Carrie Strug. Don't look that video up. It's terrifying. Don't do it. I told you. Disclaim, don't do it. If you go and do it, that's on you. Okay, I'm saying to not do it. If you know what I'm talking about, Carrie, you're going to Carrie Strug. You're going to peel over the low bar. It's scary. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but we got to talk about reality. Okay, the realistic part is if you arch, you're probably going to peel. Just like if you run out in the middle of the highway, you're probably going to get hit by a car. I'm not doing that to scare you. We got to talk about the reality of the matter. You want to run out in the highway, probably going to get hit by a car. You want to arch on your backswing, you're probably going to peel. So please do not do that. It is a safety hazard. Protect yourself. Hollow on the way back, and also prevent yourself from getting deduction, but most importantly, keep yourself safe and do not arch on the way back in your downswing, okay? All right, moving on from the next counter swing, moving up in the forward, as you can see in this position, big, nice, tight hollow, and then repeating that back swing. See what I mean right here? You will arch slightly. If anything, it's going to be flat as you go backwards, and then you have to push back in this tight hollow. And then as you go into your dismount, this is what I was talking about with her. You are going to kick in that hollow, but it should not be a pike. Notice where her feet are in terms of her hands. Her feet are not above her hands. You need to kick in this little low 45, 30 degree area, as you see here, and turning hands and feet, hips all at the same time in a nice, tight, straight body position, grasping the bar with the hand that let go and turning it to a mixed grip, and then popping off and giving a big stick salute and smile to your judge. Don't be fooled though. The smiles, it doesn't do anything. We won't take away deductions just because you smiled at us. We think you're so cute and we love that you're so happy, but the smiles don't do anything. So still do it though. We love it. All right, guys, that is it. Next video, we're going to be hopping into the level 5 bar routine. So keep a lookout on that. I hope this helped you guys. I hope you guys know now what to look for and what to fix. And I hope you guys have a great compulsory season. It is coming up, so get ready. Don't forget that you can send me videos through my email. I'm also going to be joining with this new company that I'm going to be talking about fairly soon that you guys hopefully will be able to send me videos through there. But for now, you can continue to send me emails at coachjudgebraie@gmail.com. Every video that you send, I'll get through there and I will, we'll talk through there. But you can send me those videos that you have. They can be routines from practice or they can be routines from meet. I think the ones from practice are better just because I can give you guys a guesstimate score or a definite score of like what I would give you, and we can talk through it more. But if you give me a routine that's from a meet, I cannot tell you a score because that routine's already been scored and it goes against that judging that you already got, and it becomes just like a conflict of interest, or I don't know, I'm just not allowed to do it. So if you want me to actually score your routine, you need to send me a routine from practice, and then if you send me one from a meet, I can tell you where deductions most likely were taken, but I can't say this is what your score should be. I don't agree with these judges. Well, I can't do that. So just know what you're getting if you send me the practice videos or the competition videos. But I'll see you guys in my next video. Level 5 bar routine will be next. Thank you guys for watching and supporting me. Please continue to grow my channel. I'm so thankful and blessed with the amount of followers and the support that I'm getting on my YouTube thus far. So please continue to do that, and you can do that by liking this video and sharing it, and of course subscribing if you're not already. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!